My name is Francisco, and today we're doing something I haven't done before, and that's what's in my camera bag. I really like watching these videos. I've seen Peter McKinnon, Chris Howes, Dennis the Prescotts, and they're just super cool to watch because it gives you an idea of like what they use to make those super awesome videos. Over the course of time, I've accumulated some gear and all of that fits right into here. The only thing that I'm not gonna be able to show you guys is the GH5 and the Video Micro Plus because those are what I'm using right now. But that's fine because this is what I carry with me in my hand anyways. This is what's inside of my camera bag. So let's go ahead and get right into it. To start it all off, I have the Lowepro ProTactic 350. I know a bunch of people have the 450. It's a bigger bag. You can fit more stuff. It's super awesome. It looks super cool. This still has the same look. It looks like I'm about to go to war and like destroy people. It looks super beast and it's very protective. Like this hard shell on the top, you can even pop this open to get your camera out. Like if you look right there, one of my cameras is already sitting there. So right here I have the Canon 80D with the 85mm 1.8 on it. This is the portrait killer. It gives the super delicious, creamy, bokeh-licious background. It's just a beast because I'm sure you guys know with a telephoto lens you get more compression in the back. Now combining that with a fast aperture, whoo, it's just a super beastly combo because with the 80D being a crop sensor and this being an 85, this is actually a 136mm. So I have to be pretty far back to get the shot, but that's perfectly fine because this camera is an absolute beast. I used to use this every single day for both picture and video until I got the GH5. But this thing is a monster, especially for pictures. That's why I have it in my camera bag. It is a freaking beast. Quickly, right here, I have Peak Design strap. Super awesome, super useful, very comfortable, and very easy to get the camera off if I'm gonna be using it on a tripod because it has these clicky thingies. So you put the little piece that goes on your camera, snap it right in there, snap it right out, you're good for business, get that out of here. This right here is a 45 to 150 Lumix lens. It's, I believe, a 4.5 to 5.6. It's a small telephoto lens. It's nothing absolutely crazy, but it is a beast for 150. Well, I picked it up for 150. You could probably find it for that price though. It is a beast of a lens, especially if you want to get further out, because remember, with a Micro Four Thirds sensor, you have a 2x crop. So this is in essence a 90 to 300. So this little bastard is a freaking beast. Second of all, then I got my GoPro Hero. This little guy is a little beast. I mean, I kind of wish I would have gone with the GoPro Hero 5 because it has like the Pro Tune mode, so I can kind of edit it in post. Because this doesn't have that, but it still shoots in really good quality. It's only 200 bucks. Extra angle, super durable, super rugged. Throw that over there. 25mm for my Panasonic GH5. It's a 1.7, not a 1.8, 1.7. So in essence, it's a 50mm. Nifty Swifty Plastic 50. Yeah, that sounded good. But this lens is a beast. I really like using it. I just don't use it as much as I'd like to. So super awesome lens though. You can pick it up for about 150 bucks. Not bad at all. And then we have this super fluffy thing. If you go back to my Orlando video, you actually see that we were playing with the fluff ball, which is like the wind buster, whatever. Super awesome mic, small little microphone. It's very small. It's the Video Micro. So, I mean, if you're looking at getting a microphone just to start out with, this thing is a super beast and it's also super inexpensive. It's only about 60 bucks. So, I mean, if you want dedicated audio, this is it right here. Then I have the battery grip for my GH5 because just being able to use the controls on the side if I have to shoot vertical, it's super helpful. That way I'm not kind of twisting my entire body. And it also has the buttons. All the buttons that you would have on top are also up here. It's just super useful. Really cool to have. Besides the GH5, there's the most epic item I have, and that is a Mavic Air. This thing is so tiny, so small, so easy to fit with you. Even if I don't plan on using this, it goes with me because its footprint is so small that even if I don't use it, I still have space for it. It is that small. And it flies for about 20 minutes, shoots 4K up to 30 FPS, and you can shoot in D-Log or Cinelite D, whichever, it's one of those two. And you can color grade the footage and it looks super awesome. It's a super beastly drone. So super awesome. If you're looking at getting a drone, you're not looking at spending $1,500 on the Phantom 4 Pro, Mavic Air. This is where it's at, my dude. Of course, then we have the controller. Little, sleek, super cool. Bottom opens up like shoop. You have your little thumbsticks right here, take them right out, screw them right in, that's that. Then I have the little Polar Pro filters. It's the Vivid Cinema series for the Mavic Air. They're about $70, but they're really, really good, especially for me living in Florida. 70% of the day, it's super ridiculously bright, so getting that nice cinematic shot with a drone is almost impossible without filters. Because if I didn't have these on, the shutter speed would automatically default to 1250. That's super jagged movement. There's no cinematic motion blur whatsoever. So these are just super cool to have, especially if you want the cinematic look. Plus they also make the footage look better because part of the Vivid series, so it adds a bit more punch right to it. So super awesome little filters, I like them. Then batteries, whole bunch of batteries, bunch of batteries. So as I mentioned with the Mavic Air, how I have the ND filters for those, I also have ND filters for my cameras. This one right here is an ND variable filter that I use for the GH5 with the 12 to 60mm lens. That's what you're seeing this off of right now. And it's a super cool little filter, and it's not bad. I picked this up for about maybe $20. It wasn't that expensive. I mean, it's not the highest of quality, but it really helps out in those super bright environments when you want to keep your aperture open. And earlier today, actually, I picked up another ND filter for the 85 1.8 because I'm gonna be using that tomorrow and it's gonna be in broad daylight and I wanna keep it open at 1.8. So I had to pick up another ND filter. But these guys are super duper cool. Look, I'm gonna put it right over my eyeball. Gonna start twisting. You can't even see it anymore. But super cool, they just reduce the light. That way you can keep your aperture open and get that very nice, super delicious bokeh. But super awesome, super cool little guys. Now it's bonus time. So now we're gonna get into some things that I don't have in my bag, but I typically take with me on shoots, whether they stay in my car or I just lug them around and don't use them. They're there if I need them. Because it's better to have something and not use it than to need something and not have it. So I mean, for that same reason, I take a whole bunch of things with me. But let's get into those extra items. First off, I have a gimbal for a smartphone. This one's a Zion Smooth Q. Super cool little gimbal for your phone. So if you have a newer phone that has 4K 30 or 4K 60 like the iPhone 10, you can use that to your advantage and use one of these to get those super cinematic shots off of it. What you saw in the beginning was all shot off of my iPhone 10. So this guy right on this shot the entire intro B-roll sequence that you guys saw. So I mean, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good little gimbal. So for $100, this is pretty damn nice. I like it, no complaints here. Second of all, monopods. I recently picked this up because I discovered that I could put my tripod head on them. This tripod head, I can take this off and fit it on here. So that way, if I need to use my monopod while I'm on a shoot and I still want that tilt, I can still use that. Or I could just turn it around and hold it so I can vlog with it and it's very steady. So I mean, it has some good uses and it's just super good to have. Also works pretty well if you have to defend yourself. Cause you carry some pretty valuable gear. You wanna Jimmy Jack up somebody if they mess with you because you have important stuff in your bag, man. This thing's solid. That fucking hurt. As I just finished mentioning, I do have a tripod that I do take with me. Super, super rugged tripod, super built to last. It is awesome. I got this when I went to Arizona to shoot for an entire week, and I carried this guy on my back with that backpack and all that gear inside of it. Actually, it was heavier because I was shooting nothing but Canon. I had the 100mm, I had a 50mm, I had a 70-300, I had an 18-135. I had a whole bunch of glass in my bag, but it was super heavy. I had this hanging off the side. Damn, how did I get through that? That sounds terrible in the desert, strolling through for a week. Makes you think. But super awesome tripod. It'll set you back about $160, but it's a pretty good tripod. This typically stays in my car because I can't really use it and operate the camera at the same time unless I take another person with me. And if I do, that's the only time I use it, but that is a reflector. So see, bam, reflect some light at you. How can I do that here? Something like that. But super awesome to use and super cool to prank people with because I don't really expect the thing to pop up in their face. But yeah, super small, stays in my car for most of the time, but super cool to have. 90% of the population within the filmmaking industry has at least one of these. I have a couple of these actually. This one I just picked up. It is the Joby GorillaPod 5, not 5K, I think it's the Joby GorillaPod 3K. Super awesome little tripod. It's very sturdy. Like, I have another one, I have the Zoom, the white one. Not sturdy at all. Well, I mean, probably because I use it too much. But this guy is super sturdy. I've even seen people use a 1DX Mark II on this guy. Typically you want to use the 5K for that, but I've seen it on this and people just one-handed like a freaking champ. Like, those guys must be super jacked. Like, I sometimes get tired of holding the GH5 like this. I wonder what it's like with the 1DX with like a 24 mil in there. That already sounds heavy as hell. But super awesome little tripod. You can set it up for like time lapses, hang it from a tree, like put it on top of your head, just fit it. It works really well in any environment, really. So last item on here is something I just found today actually. I just picked it up today. I've already used it. It's actually super convenient to have. So it's called the PhotoFast. It's a micro SD card adapter to your Lightning. So like for an iPhone, super useful because I've had this Zion Smooth Q for about maybe half a year now. I didn't use it because getting the footage off of your phone, if you have an iPhone, is just a freaking bitch. Like, it's ridiculous how difficult it is. I remember once I transferred, like, it was a small file. It was like maybe 400 megabits. 400 megabit file, I tried transferring it from my phone to my computer. It took literally like an hour and a half just to get a 400 megabit file. And I tried looking it up, there was no other solution for it. And I happened to see this today and I just had to have it because this makes my iPhone usable for filmmaking. So that's why I decided to film that entire thing with that combo. And that's pretty much it for all the gear I have. I mean, the only thing that's really left is my GH5 with a 12 to 60 millimeter lens on it and my VideoMic Pro Plus, because that's what you're seeing and hearing this off of. So that's pretty much it. I really enjoy watching these videos and I really just like seeing what people use to make their work. If you want to know anything about these items, leave it in a comment down below. I'll get back to you. If you think there's an item that I should have in my gear bag, please leave it in a comment. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you like this, go ahead and like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a great night. Peace. Ah, that hurt.